This is a report on case 638, Mike's case of a maxillary first molar, number 3. There were large areas around all the roots. He attempted a calcium hydroxide retreat on it. These are his measurements. The sinus tract did not resolve, and it was decided to extract the tooth and send it to me. I got the tooth in pieces in formalin, took some pictures of it, and we're going to look at the palatal root first because that was the only one really that was intact. And looking at the periapical area, it looked like there was a lesion around the palatal root attached to the root. That was scraped off. And then the root tip was severed just so we could look at the external surface of the root first. So there's the severed root on a disc and then sputter coated. It looks like that. So I thought it would be worthwhile just to examine the external surface of the root. So we're going to use this using the MIE site. And when you go into the MIE site and choose the lingual root and go into the collage area, and we're going to use that stitch technique where you can have all the images on one page and use the scroll button and left mouse click to navigate around. And when you go in and look at the external surface, see what you can identify. Pretty much everywhere you look, there's a pretty rampant biofilm, but you need to spend some time and actually manipulate these images yourself and see what you can see, because there's things here that can really help with your pattern recognition. When you go into another area, I picked several areas for you to look at. And when you actually go into one of these areas, you see these barrel-shaped organisms completely covering the root, which is a little different than we typically see, although we haven't examined a lot of root surfaces. But as you look at these, it reminded me of Christophe Chaudin's PhD thesis. So I've taken those images and I've put them on the MIE site. And when you go in, you'll see Christophe's images. And I've taken some shots from his PhD thesis where he's really knows how to prepare these. So he's preserved a lot of the detail on these cells. Our preparation is not nearly as good as his. So you have the precipitation of the proteins, but you can still see enough that these are barrel-shaped organisms, very reminiscent of streptococci. And these are, as you navigate around in the samples, see what you can identify. And this will be a good exercise for you to refine your pattern recognition on what the external root surfaces of some of these teeth look like. Next, we'll do the interior surface of the roots.